welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a bit of an interesting video. Recently there has been a few exciting things happen, and that is mainly Season 2 of Iron Fist has came out, and on the same day or very close together, a Spider-Man game has come out as well. And yeah, I really love superheroes and that kind of thing, so watching Jesse play the Spider-Man game and also watching Iron Fist got me really excited for like superhero kind of stuff. So I actually decided to draw myself as a superhero, or my superhero alter ego. I don't know, I just thought it would be an interesting type of video, and I thought it might be the start of a series drawing myself as a blank. So basically I could draw myself as a pirate, or draw myself as a furry, or a Pokemon trainer, or something like that, and it could become a series. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure. It depends if you guys are interested. So as you can see, I've started off sketching on my iPad, which I sometimes do when I feel like it. And I actually used a bit of inspiration from Twitter, because I recently tweeted asking what kind of powers and stuff might suit me. So I ended up getting a little bit of inspiration from you guys, so yeah. So I actually took a lot of inspiration from a few different comments. I can't remember who commented, but someone said I should use my airbrush as a sort of like a gun weapon type thing, and I thought, you know what, that's really cool, because it's very me. I love using my airbrush type things, and I thought that that would be an interesting sort of gadget that I could use as a superhero. Basically, this airbrush air gun thing can shoot different kinds of things, and I decided that depending what marker is in the airbrush, it can shoot different things. Sometimes a net, sometimes it can just spray really powerful air to blow enemies away, or like darts, or like, you know, sleep dart thingies. I don't know. It's kind of just an interesting sort of concept, I guess. But yeah, other than that, my superpowers for my superhero persona thing, I feel like she would have a lot of the common sort of superhero powers. So super speed, strength, she'd be able to fight and fly and that kind of thing. One of her main powers is that she can talk to animals, because I thought that that would be a really cool thing, because I absolutely love animals. I'm a big animal person, so I thought that speaking to animals would be a really cool power to have. Other than that, this character can also use sort of magic with her hands. As you can see, it kind of looks like she's waving, except she's sort of using some kind of magic, kind of like Scarlet Witch from Avengers, how she can sort of manipulate things with her hands and that kind of thing. I thought that that was really interesting, and if I was a superhero, I'd love to have that kind of power as well. So as you can see, I've started off coloring in this illustration now, and I'm not going to be using multi-liners for this illustration, because I really wanted to give it that kind of soft line art look, which is kind of different to what a comic book character would kind of have. Usually they do have really bold, nice outlines. However, for my style, I felt like a soft kind of outline would look pretty good, because I've done that in the past, especially with my Supergirl illustration, which is also a superhero kind of drawing. A softer outline is kind of like my style, so I also wanted to have a little bit of me in there as well. So for the main character design, I decided to go with like pigtail kind of hair, because I do really like having my hair in plaits, and I thought that that was very me. And I actually gave her pink tips in the ends of her hair, and now I don't have that in my hair. However, I really like that, and I might get that in the future, so obviously I'm going to put that into a drawing. So for her clothes, I actually got a little bit of inspiration from Miss Marvel, the Kamala Khan, I think her name is. She's a character in comic books, and I really liked her sort of outfit. She's sort of got like a long dress kind of shirt, and she's got like tights and boots, and I felt that that was really cool, and it's kind of like, you know, different to other superheroes where they sort of show a lot of skin, so I thought that that might be really interesting for me to try a similar kind of style. Now, other than that, I've obviously got the little airbrush sort of air canister sort of strapped to her leg. I was thinking about having a bit of like a utility belt, however I just didn't really like how it looked over the top of the sort of long dress shirt thing, so I ended up putting it on her leg, which I think looks really cool because I've got like a little holster there which the airbrush can sit in as well, and not sure how convenient that sort of hose would be dangling around your legs, but you know what, this is an illustration, so yeah. So I know the color palette is very interesting, and I mainly did that because I wanted to use my two favorite colors, purple and yellow, and this is like sort of an interesting choice because purple and yellow are both complementary colors, and sometimes it can be a bit difficult to get them to work together nicely because sometimes it can look a little bit too, you know, crazy with very, very different colors. However, I tried to make it work by using a little bit of yellow in the highlights for the purple parts and also a bit of purple in the shadows for the yellow parts, and that helped to tie them together a little bit. Now, I know they are very bright and odd looking together, however I was trying to channel you know, that sort of classic comic book character costume. I find that a lot of them do have very bright different colors. Most notable comes to mind is Wolverine. He's got like a dark blue and a bright yellow, I believe, and a few others have really sort of clashy kind of colors, so I actually really wanted to sort of channel that a little bit because I wanted to get a little bit of a classic like superhero feel into it as well. Now, to make sure that the colors didn't go too crazy, I tried to keep to a sort of grey scale for the other items other than the purple and yellow in her outfit. So I gave her a sort of dark grey jacket type thing and a black scarf that goes around her neck. Now that scarf is mainly so that she can pull it up over her face a little bit to sort of conceal her identity a little bit, because I feel like just a mask around your eyes is not going to really show off, it's not really going to hide your identity very well. I kind of find that a little bit silly how they wear a mask and all of a sudden they look different when you can tell it's them. So obviously I want to mention the cat in the lower part of the illustration. Now that is my cat Pumpkin. Creative Chili on Twitter has told me to use my cat as my sidekick, and I found that that was a really, really good idea. I actually didn't think about that until she mentioned it, and I really love the idea of my cat being my sidekick because I love my cat a lot, and she's a good cat. But also I wanted my character to sort of have the power to speak to animals. So that would work really well because she would be able to communicate with her cat and obviously get up to a lot of mischief, and her cat would be very helpful in solving crimes and that kind of thing. So yeah, after I got all of those colors down with my markers, I just went over with some colored pencils around to sort of add a little bit more of a bolder outline, mainly because using markers over pencils, it can sort of dissolve the pencil a little bit, which can be a little bit scary because you don't want to smear it all over your blending, but it also makes the outlines less noticeable, so I wanted to go back in and add those details back. After that, I went over with my gel pen as well to give it some nice bright sort of popping highlights, and that's mainly because in a comic book kind of style, they do have a lot of bright dynamic highlights, and it makes it look really nice and sort of dynamic looking, so I really wanted to add that as well, just to sort of keep in that sort of style, but also I think it looks really effective as well. So here is the final illustration, and you know what, I'm very happy with this. I really love how the design turned out, and I love the colors even though they are a little bit different. And yeah, I think that it looks really cute, and I love the cat as well. So one last thing, to name this superhero, I actually haven't thought of something to name her. I really don't know, so I'm going to leave it up to you guys in the comments. Please comment below what you think this girl should be named, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Sorry about my voice, it may sound a little bit odd. That's because I've got a little bit of a sore throat at the moment, but I'm fine. All is good. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!